Hi, thanks so much for joining me for this $50 to $500 luxury gift guide. If you missed the $50 and under gift guide, I've already posted that one. This one is a bit of a larger range, so we'll be at several price points here, starting with some jewelry items. I love fine jewelry, as you can see, and you can still find some for under $250 that are by Bonnie Levy. In fact, I really like that brand. They are carried at Nordstrom that are classic pieces, and sometimes they have items on sale, so if I see some great deals, I'll make sure to list them below for you. But Bonnie Levy is definitely one brand that I always look at Nordstrom, especially during their sales. And if you're looking for something more personalized, they have monogram pendants for their necklaces. I especially love these kinds of things for layering when they're a little bit more delicate. Like here I've got 3 necklaces layered. If they're a bit thinner, a bit more understated, it's a little bit easier to layer them. So look for those kinds of pieces because those price points also seem to be a little bit lower. That way you can get into some fine jewelry. You can get into 14 karat gold. I love yellow gold, that's my color, although we do have some white gold pieces as well. But I know that I would appreciate anything like that that I could wear on a daily basis. So for me, fine jewelry is to be worn on the daily, especially something like this. I shower with these on, I wash my hands with my jewelry on, and that is one of the advantages of fine jewelry. That's why I'd rather spend a little bit more and have something that will last, that I don't have to be super careful with. So any combination of gold and diamonds, that is my favorite. A couple of beauty items. I'd mentioned these before, but it's also a great gift. The Mason Pearson brushes. There are different types of brushes. There are mixed bristle. There are just some for detangling. Then they have 100% boar bristle brushes for different hair types. They've got pocket sizes, they've got larger sizes, but these are handmade and these are definitely heritage pieces that anyone would appreciate. Even if they did already have one, you could always use a backup one or one for travel. I love giving gifts that have that rich heritage, that have a long history, that are things that people have been using for a very long time. There's a reason their business has sustained this long. It's because their products are very high quality. So Mason Pearson brushes are always on the radar when it comes to gift giving, as well as things that I know that I've used year after year after year. Now, one thing I love to do for my mom is to put an album together for her. She doesn't have social media, so anything that we post, she doesn't see. So what I like to do is at the end of the year, around this time, and I actually just completed it, is I compile the pictures for her for the year and I put them in an album and have it printed out. So this is something that if you want to do this, now is about the right time to do this because it takes time to compile the photos and then arrange them in the album the way you want them, and then it needs to be printed and shipped out. So the earlier the better with this kind of item, or you could simply do a print, but she really enjoys this album. It's her favorite gift every year. She knows she's gonna get this gift every year, but it is the one she looks forward to the most and I think she enjoys throughout the year. So think about those people in your life who would love to see pictures, but maybe they're not on social media. And for me, I like to make sure I print up a few photos every year just in case something happens to my digital library. At least I have them printed. So that is one of the gifts I give to my mom every single year. Now for that Hermes lover who is also a beauty lover, I know I didn't want to talk about consumable items or things that could be discarded when they are done. But this one is a little bit unique because this one is refillable, and what you can do, let me just show you. This is the palette. This is that blue one that I love so much. This is an 04. So if you have someone who you know would love this, they can use this all up and they can either purchase a replacement of the same one, a different palette to put in here because I haven't seen them on the market yet, but they are supposed to come out with replaceable ones like this. It would come out like this. But if you look at this, you can use this as a compact mirror. So even though it doesn't have anything in there, that's how it looks inside, whoever receives this can continue to use this as a mirror that they can put in their bag, and it's a really beautiful compact. So you can definitely use it like that, and in that way it's not something that you would dispose of when it's done. Not all palettes do that. Once they're done, it's one piece, so you can't remove the actual eyeshadows. Plus, I love these palettes, so that's also a great thing. I rarely use cash these days. I just carry one of those card holders that has my bank cards, credit cards, driver license, all of those things in card form, but I rarely carry cash, so I don't have a wallet anymore. But I thought this was a really interesting solution for carrying cash because I feel like I probably should carry some cash. This is a money clip that I found and I really liked it because it looks heavy duty. It'd be a good way to organize my cash. Just a few bills I think would work really well in there. Something separate from my card carrier, but also cash and cash that I can find quickly. I think a bill holder like this is a really great idea. They have a couple offerings here in a more goldish color and a silvery color. So I think that's a great addition for someone like me who only uses a card carrier. I like to keep a blanket in the car for both emergency purposes and just in case. So this one is great because it's already rolled up and you can just put it in your trunk or you can put it in the back seat and it looks nice. So we try to keep our cars looking really nice both on the outside and on the inside and everything quite organized. So this is something that if you open your trunk, it's a nice looking blanket that's sitting in there. Or like I said, if it's sitting in the back seat. We don't have a lot of people riding around in our cars with this, so we definitely could house that in the back seat and it would look really nice as an accessory inside of the car. So if you're looking for a gift for someone who has everything, I think this is a really great idea. I can't have a gift guide without including silk pajamas. Now, silk pajamas are something I have for every day. So this is an everyday luxury. And I've noticed silk pajamas are more accessible now in terms of price point. So I did find some for you. You can buy as separates or you can buy sets of them for quite reasonable prices compared to what I had seen in the past. So I will include my favorite ones here, but I have both sets that have short sleeves and shorts as well as long sleeves and long pants. They are the most comfortable pajamas to sleep in. I am very sensitive to anything that could disrupt my sleep. So if I can get a good night's sleep with the help of something comfortable and breathable like silk pajamas, I'll do that, which is why I use them every day because I feel like good night's sleep is a luxury in and of itself. And if I can do anything of improving my chances of getting a really great night's sleep, I will definitely do that. I know I mentioned brushes before, but a whole brush set would be great. And I love Rae Morris brushes. I love most of her brushes. I think there was just one brush that I didn't love, but I noticed they have this set. And if you can give someone a complete set of brushes. In fact, let me see if I can compile some nice brush sets that I can find because there are certain brands that I love brushes from. Rae Morris is one of them. She has some of the most unusual shapes and some of my favorite brushes come from Rae Morris. And plus she has a system with the magnets where there are magnets on her brushes so they can either stand up or hang upside down. And actually one day I would like to pick up a set myself, but that's a really, really wonderful gift. Also, the Vitamix Blender 5200. There are a lot of Vitamix blenders out there, but this one specifically is very simple. I prefer when it's a very simple design like this because it's either high or low and then you have the speed and then it's on or off. And we use that every day. We're able to include things like our kale and our yogurt and our berries and really eliminate all of the sugar that can be an issue when you order smoothies out. Sometimes I don't know what's inside of the smoothie. So I like to maximize what we eat and drink, and the Vitamix, it can do so much more than just smoothies. You can make soup in there. There are all kinds of recipes, and if you have one, you know how handy it is. This one is so easy to clean because you don't have to dismantle it to clean it like so many other blenders and other blenders we've had in the past. So this has definitely helped us improve our life on a daily basis by maximizing what we're eating and drinking, by using the Vitamix to help us blend all of those things together and really control what the ingredients are. So I think we've had ours for, gosh, before our girls were married. I think they were teenagers at the time, so wow, that's a long time, over 10 years. We may have had to change the machine over once, and then another time we thought something was broken with it, we ordered another one, but actually it was still working, so we have a backup right now. So if you know someone who is focused on their nutrition and their health, that might be a great idea. One thing I found at Nordstrom that looked exclusive to Nordstrom is by Totem. I love Totem's designs. It's that minimalist approach, really high quality fabrics, timeless classic silhouettes. And this was a wool and cashmere scarf. I love the size of this one. I think that's what attracted me the most because there are so many scarves out there, but I really liked that it has a bit of structure to it and that it is so oversized. I love oversized sweaters, scarves, things like that, especially for the winter. So it looks really cozy, and I love this shade for the winter. It looks very luxurious. And one other item right under this $500 price point is a Loro Piana cap. So my husband has had his chambray one and he almost wears it daily, but it's time for a winter one. So I'll probably be looking at a black one for him. I hope he's not watching this video. He is looking for a black one, and I would like to find one that doesn't have the Loro Piana so prominent on it. His chambray cap is from an earlier season that didn't have the logo on the front. It just had a little bit on the back, which I liked. So I'll be looking for one that has a more discreet logo, or if it's a black stitching on black, that's what I'll be going for. And that is definitely for someone who already has everything. You can definitely buy a baseball cap for a fraction of that, but the Loro Piana caps, but if you look at the structure of them, the inside of the hat is just as nice as the outside of the hat, and that is what I really appreciate about Loro Piana. So if you wanted to get into that brand, that's a great place to start. So, and one day I'll pick one up. I just haven't decided on the color yet. But if I can find anything else, especially some jewelry, fine jewelry gifts under this price point that I think are a great value, then I will certainly list them down in the description box below, because I think that's one of my favorite things to shop for is jewelry. And if you've been here before, you know that's what I end up receiving from my family for Christmas. My parents usually give me a piece of jewelry, and I can tell you from year to year what they have given me jewelry wise. So those are definitely special pieces for me. But let me know if you have a great gift that fits in this range from $50 to $500 that has been successful for you as a gift giver, or something that you've really loved that falls in this range. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.